Aberdeen had never seemed so vast as on the morning Forbes disappeared. The adventurous kitten with fur as golden as sunlight had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a deafening silence that weighed heavily on Neil and Lucy Henderson.
"He wouldn't go far, Lucy. He's just a kitten."
Neil tried to mask his concern with optimism as he searched through the nearby bushes. Lucy, her eyes already red, shook Forbes's favorite toy.
"Forbes! Here, boy, we have your little mouse."
They scoured every inch of the neighborhood, their voices forming an anxious chorus that blended with the chilly early spring wind. As the sky darkened, reality began to set in. The now silent kitchen was a mute testimony to Forbes's absence. The cat scratcher in the corner, untouched, seemed like a monument to their lost family member.
"What if he's cold? What if he can't find food?"
Lucy murmured, unable to take her eyes off the back door, as if at any moment Forbes might appear, his shiny fur glistening in the light. Neil wrapped his arms around her, his own strength wavering. "We'll start putting up posters tomorrow. Talk to all the shelters in the area. Someone must have seen our boy." Days turned into weeks. The search for Forbes became a constant in their lives. Every knock on the door brought a hopeful leap. Every phone call was answered with bated breath. "Have you seen this cat?" Neil handed a flyer to a neighbor. On it, Forbes looked out at the world with bright, curious eyes. "Afraid not, mate? I'm sorry," came the shrunk response, one among many. Lucy, in turn, found herself online every night, scrolling through lost and found posts, her heart leaping at every orange tabby that appeared on the screen.
"I miss him, Neil. The house feels so empty,"
she confessed one night, the long shadows on her tired face. "I know, my love, I miss him too," he whispered, pulling her close. "But we won't give up. Forbes is smart. He's a fighter." And so amid unanswered questions and hopeful hearts, the Hendersons waited in a world that suddenly seemed a little dimmer without their beloved Forbes. 10 years had passed since Forbes's disappearance. 10 long years during which Neil and Lucy tried to fill the void with sweet memories. But the silence left by their beloved cat was never truly filled. Life in Aberdeen continued, with the couple moving on to new projects and adventures. But Forbes's absence was a shadow that silently followed. On a cold autumn afternoon, when the sun began to set earlier and the leaves danced in the wind, a phone rang in the modest house in Edinburgh where the Hendersons had settled. Lucy, who was in the midst of preparing tea, answered, "Hello? Who's calling?" "Hello, I'm looking for Lucy Henderson. This is Greg Stevenson from the SPCA. Well, you won't believe it, but I think we found your cat, Forbes." Lucy's world stopped. The air fled from her lungs and she felt lightheaded, her hand seeking support on the kitchen counter.
How did you say? Forbes is alive?"
On the other end of the line, Greg's calm voice continued, explaining how a local resident found a friendly but visibly worn-out cat wandering the streets of Aberdeen.
"He was thin and in need of care, but the microchip, it was his, Lucy. It's Forbes."
Tears flooded Lucy's eyes, each word from Greg bringing a decade of repressed hope gushing to the surface. We need to see him. Can we be there tomorrow?" "Of course, we'll be waiting." The news spread like wildfire through the house. Neil, upon hearing, went pale, the emotion evident in his teary eyes. "After all this time—" His voice trailed off, the weight of the moment choking the words in his throat. That night, the house was electric with anticipation. Pictures of Forbes were taken out of albums and placed on the dining room table, old antics and memories shared with laughter and tears. "Do you remember how he used to snuggle into the laundry basket?" Neil reminisced, a bright smile breaking through the emotion. Lucy laughed, wiping away a stubborn tear. "Yes, and how he always managed to find the sunniest spot in the house for a nap." They barely slept, the promise of reunion pulsing in their veins. The first light of morning found them on the road, the sunrise bringing with it a new chapter they never dared dream would unfold.